All right, my Forex family, this is Sydney Guajardo coming to you live from San Antonio, Texas. Let's go look for some trades. Yesterday was a little rough. I didn't feel so hot yesterday. It turns out I was a little dehydrated, but we are ready to go. All right, so let's see what's happening out there in the world of Forex. Let's go look for some trades. Okay. Okay, here. Move this out of the way. Let's bring this down. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's see. It's still looking long, even though it retraced here. Let me see here. It did take a dip here. Let's look at this on a larger picture here. Let's look at this on a. Okay, well, we're still going gold. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I think it's going to still go up. It's still at 1800. I think it's going to go well above here. This is the high. So if you're taking the trade, it comes anywhere near here, I would just hold off until it breaks it or comes back before you take a trade. That's just you don't want to think gold is its all-time highest here. So I don't know if it's ever been that. It closed it going to 1900 by the end of 2020. Central bank policy is strong driver. Okay, we've got some news on Forex, but let's take this long. Long trend. But beware of new high. Okay, let's look at US 30. Let's see how that's doing. Boy, it did take a drop there, didn't it? Yeah. What time was this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours ago. So that was it 8 o'clock? Yeah, right when it opened. So that was pretty miraculous move there. So yeah, so it just bounced off of this consolidation. It went up and just boom, knocked it all the way down to here. That'd have been a very nice move to get into. So with it taking let's look at this one here. Let's see if we can figure something out. Okay, let's erase this. All these markups. Okay, so all right, so let's look at where we are. Right there. So we are on some type of support and resistance line. So it looks like it's on this side of the support and resistance, and it looks like everything's bouncing off of it, but it made it on this side. So if it continues to hit this, let's look at Let's see what number this is on. Perfect. 25,734. So if it bounces off of 25,734, it's probably going to continue to go down just like this here. Did you see how it was here? And it went down, but it looks like it's green, but that can easily turn red. And what you'll see is you'll see a wick there. And you'll see a wick come down. It'll definitely, if it starts if the body starts to get a little bigger, and when this closes and it's bigger than this one, it's probably going to have this trend here that goes short. So just look at, well, hold on. So just take a look at this for short, right? Now, you got to take your horizontal line and look where the next support and resistance is. Here's a strong one right here. So when it goes down, it's probably going to hit this line here. And it touched it here, it tested it, got rejected, and came back up. It also touched it here pretty much, and it tested it. But it had a lot of tests here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a bunch of them. It went all the way across. So you got to pay attention here, because sometimes when a trade is struggling to get here, more than likely it's going to hit and bounce back, go back up, or bounce and come back down. If it breaks through more than 3 or 4 pips, I'd wait, because sometimes these institutional traders are trying to clear out some stop losses. So just because it breaks the line doesn't mean, like here's a perfect example here. It was going down and it came right to here and took out all these stops, and it went back up and it just continued up. Up, 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 up. So that's how you can tell. So support and resistance is your friend. It really is. But let me put a Fibonacci line up. Let me look at this first. And then we'll put these lines back up. So let's go to, here is the lowest part. And here's the highest part right there. Do you see that? See how it lined it up? All the way across. Same thing as mine. This is an amazing, amazing tool. So what you want to do is keep these in mind when you're taking a trade and you're trying to figure out risk management. Look at this. It even touched the trend line here. This wick or this shadow. This is really, really awesome. So here and here you have a lot of space. So you may want to put another line here. Especially go anywhere between the 0 and the 24%, or the 78 and the 1 to 1. You want to kind of pay attention. This is a lot of real estate, but there's always some type of support and resistance everywhere. So very, very good. I'm going to go ahead and erase this. And then let's put our own line back up. So this is what you want to do. This is how you find trades. Right there. This is how you find trades, just like I did it. I like to find an area where the line touches a lot. Right there. Here's another one. So those are the two. If you can figure out how to stay between here. So this could be in consolidation. You see how it touched and came back? It could go all the way up here. So, and there's a thing called the Wyckoff theory. And this kind of looks like it. Kind of looks like it. But my prediction is short. So we'll put that here. Just based on this one. I really think this may penetrate. We'll see tonight. Who knows? No indicators. The indicator shows short. I'm going to have to enter a real quick text message. So I got to, 1 second. All right, let's go to here. Let's take this back to 60 minutes. Whoops. All right. All right, let's go to Forex. Let's go to Euro dollar. Let me put this over here. May go short, wait for indicator to signal. And it went short. So we did good on that one. So let's figure out why this did what it did. Let's erase this. Let's go to a 60-minute or okay, let's figure out where we are. This is where we are. And this is a pretty good support line here. Let's figure out where the next one is. Okay, so if you take a look at this, this is on a huge retracement. It bounced here, went up, came back. It tested this line right here several times, which happens to be the bottom of the Bollinger Band, and every time it tested, it went up. It went up. It went up. This one. So this is what they call a banker's candle. And it went up, and when this candle is larger than this one, this is called an engulfing candle. When the candle closes out and it's bigger than the other body, the one previous, it's more than likely going to go down. So for the short term, I think this little booger is going to go short. Okay. Now, so what I would do is I would wait for some volume. Now it's touched the 112.853. It's touched it right there. Now, if you're going off of other indicators here, it looks like it touches it, went up. It touched it, went up. You know, it touches this line, or it even tests it right here. It tested it, went back down. This is like a line that everything touches, it comes down, and or touches and goes back up. So I would definitely wait to see what happens here. But more than likely, it looks like it's going down into the channel here, or into the money street. It doesn't look like it's going into consolidation, but wait for it to penetrate this line here. The money's right here, so it's got to somehow, this is where the candle started, and this is where it's going up. Now, this closed, so in theory, this should be going down, but let's wait for the market to get some speed here. But if I had to just look at what I'm going here, I would take this short. Short, but wait for indicators to turn or agree. All right. Very good. Now this is a lot of pips here. This is it doesn't make a lot. There's not a lot of room. But if you're just going to play out the support and resistance, you have to go here and look at that. That's 20 pips. It doesn't seem that way, but it is. But you're looking at a 240-minute chart. Okay, so let's whoops, I don't want to do that. You see what I did there? Here to here. So that's a pretty decent amount of travel to go, and there's a red candle here, so it could. The reason you saw a green candle on the other one is, and it goes back to a red here, is because that candle has retraced. So that's a good thing that it's retraced. So let's make it happen. Let's wait for it to hit the 112,800, and it could go short. Matter of fact, I'm going to write that down. Euro USD 112,800. Yep, to go short. Just put an arrow down. Okay. Put the decimal in the wrong spot. All right, let's go to dollar yen. Okay, so let's erase all our notes here. Let's look at the 240. All right, so this one's going to be an easy one to figure out. Isn't it weird how whenever the session ends, it tries to go back home? What I mean back home is everything wants to go back to support and resistance. Okay, so okay. We've really got to see which way this thing is going to go. I really think this is going to bounce here off of this 107,214 and go back up. Okay. But that's a pretty good trend. Let me see what the kink. This is definitely a down. It's starting to turn back up. I don't really see anything here yet. It's got a lot of space. I mean, this really could be, if you take a look at this, the way I'm looking at it, this could be consolidation. So this could be coming down. I'll be waiting for a banker's candle and for it to go back up. And when it goes up, it's going to go up hard. So what I'm thinking is okay, so what I mean here, it says we'll bounce off of 107,213. That's the initial where it ignites. But normally what's going to happen is this money will go and get some more money down here where there's pending orders. and then take off. Kind of like the way it did here, and then bounce back and came and get the money. We'll bounce off of 107.213 and go long. Beware, it may go get 10 pips of orders before going long. So we'll see. If it penetrates that line, good. It'll work. But to me, I think this thing is going to go long. I'm going to adjust this rectangle. So it may go down to the 180 before it goes and picks up anything. Maybe make it a little thicker. I'm going to erase this and do it again. So I'm going to do the rectangle, and it's going to be right here. So it'll be more of a transparent color here, and you'll still see the line where it should be, the support and resistance, but you'll be able to see all that. I like this. But it shows a midline. Look at that. That's pretty neat. Look, because it even shows that's probably in tune with Fibonacci, because look, it bounces right there as well. Look at that. Like mini consolidation. And it shows, this is awesome. Good. So this is something that I like. I think it's going to head up this way. So just watch that. I'm going to write that down. It's at the bottom of the channel on the side of the street, and it wants to go up. So I think it's going to work that way. And you kind of see that it wants to turn already, this one. So it may take a few hours, but once we get one big long candle, that still means that it's it'll show. You'll see. But let me change this back to 60. There you go. So it's got a little bit of ways to go. Probably 20 pips. Or 2 pips, I'm sorry. Yeah, 2 or 3 pips to get down there. All right, let's look at Euro JPY. We'll look at 2 more, this one and that one. Okay, let's see where we are. Okay. See the top of the money right here. Let's see, the next support and resistance is probably right here, maybe. Here's a good one here. I think so. Just to verify this, let's put a fib line up, and then we'll erase it. But Oops, I don't want to do that. Okay, so this is what we have here. I think if you put a rectangle here, you'll see that this is in consolidation. I think if it breaks 129.80, this thing can go really short. I think I messed that one up. Let's okay, if this thing breaks 112.960, I think it's going to go short. Really short. It's going to continue with this trend. I think it's going to go down here. Now it's got to break the 129.60. Now it could come down here and pick up some orders and then shoot back up. But let's take a look. Okay, so we'll see tonight what happens. I'm having a real hard time seeing this. I'm gonna see what that looks like. See what that looks like now. I like it. It looks really good. Wait for trade to break 112.960 and wait for signal. Okay, but I think it's going to go short. Awesome. Let's take this back to 60. Last one, Aussie dollar. Let's erase all this stuff here. Okay. Boy, it went long. Look at that. Jeez. Did good on that one. All right, so where are we here? That's where we ended up, and it's okay of a support line. This is the high of the day, or the last time it's been this high is right there. So at least we have this as a good support, a resistance line. This may bounce and go up here, and it may just start some consolidation. Can y'all see that? Right there. So the thing is it's going to go short here and bounce here? We just have to wait. It's too early to tell. It's right in the midline. So it may use this support line and bounce back up. Who knows? It is on an uptrend. So what I'm thinking about doing, I think it's going to go bounce off of what is this here? Trade may bounce off midline and go north. So it may bounce here and just go north. But I'm saying that because there's a good trend. Here, let's take a look at this. This may be retracing here, but yeah, it's definitely, once at the bottom, it wants to turn up. So I would definitely wait on that. All right, guys, that's it for today. I think we've gone over in detail 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades. So I think there's something there for everybody. All right, guys, so it's kind of crazy out there, so just make sure and be careful. Hug your neighbor, treat your family like you do your neighbor. And I don't know if Bahama Bucks is a franchise deal nationwide, but my neighbor just sold his house, and the guy that bought the house owns a string of Bahama Bucks here in San Antonio. So I just made myself a new best friend. Love that stuff, so I'll be definitely giving him a hug. But anyway, go out and shake somebody's hand or do jazz hands. Be friendly, give somebody a hug, help them. You know, because I really feel that we were put on this planet to help people that can't help themselves. So anyway, from Trading Places, my name is Sidney Guajardo. I appreciate you tuning in, and we will see you Monday. Thank you. Bye-bye.